Hello everybody and welcome to A Good Death, a Skyrim Permadeath series where the difficulty is always set to legendary and every new character has a random start, which keeps the gameplay fresh and the challenges interesting and unique from character to character. If this sounds awesome to you, please do hit that like and subscribe button because I do this every week. Every Saturday, in fact, at 6 p.m. UTC. I'll leave you to do the time zone math on your own because I always get it wrong. But UTC should be global, so just check what UTC is your time, and you should get the correct time slot for that. Yeah, all right. So here we are, back with another episode of Permadeath with our Breton rogue, Mr. Gavin here. We've been going around becoming Thane of everywhere pretty much, like Gopher's Leonard playthrough kinda. This guy is all about being recognized and adored, so Thanedoms and Thaneships are his kind of bag, I guess. He's also the longest running Permadeath character I've ever had here at day 16, which is quite something. In the process, we've been accumulating tools that should help us to take on and at least survive a fight with a dragon. They unlock at level 30. We are now level 37, almost level 38. So at level 40, we'll start getting random dragon encounters. Right now, they're just stationed at word walls. Frankly, hello, sir. Looks like a new name in chat. I haven't seen you around. Apologies if I've already introduced myself, but yeah, welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, so today we are in Morthal. I think the only two places, well actually there are three places. Morthal, Winterhold, and Windhelm are the only three places that we have left to become Thane of. Windhelm is going to be a little tougher. That's going to require us to join the Civil War on one side or another. And I've been kind of working through my head a roleplay reason to do that, because I do try to meld roleplay in with the sort of meta gameplay of legendary Permadeath. Let's see, I did mention that we were going around looking for stuff that is going to help us stay alive through random dragon attacks, and part of that is an enhanced meat shield. In the form of a Conjured Remora from the Sanguine Rose there. We also got Spellbreaker to block dragon attacks, dragon breath attacks. And we have a crossbow on our back, which you can barely see. It's kind of clipping through Spellbreaker there a little bit. So that we can deliver our highly potent poisons to flying enemies. Oh, we don't have any mods in chat yet, so let me take care of that. Damn bots. Robots. Almost there. Hey Gail, how are you? Sorry, just playing whack-a-mole with the bots here. Ooh, I almost added them as a moderator. That would have been terrible. All right, all cleaned up. So yeah, here we are in Morthal now. Well equipped. Let's see, also off stream. Sorry, now I gotta get my OBS back up and running. Okay. Alright, there we go. Also off stream, I had Eorland craft me up a Daedric Rapier with some Daedra hearts that I had in stock. I don't know that I like the looks of it so much, but it does attack more quickly than Red Eagle's Bane that I had going on. It is a proper rapier, which means that it does have a faster attack speed and a lower weight, a lower carry weight. which means it attacks faster. But I don't really like the looks of it. I'm gonna see if I can find a different solution that is something that's powerful and fast and also looks a little more elegant. I do have a bunch of mods that I added after sort of figuring out what the rogue was all about with his one-handed fencing style. But those are not in for this particular profile on MO2. So yeah, I also had Hamal, who is the sort of head chief priestess of Dibella in Markarth, enchant this thing for me. And I had her enchant it with two different enchantments. And they both come from Zim's Immersive Artifacts, the Thane weapons pack there. The first one is that when you strike a target, the weapon speed is increased for 5 seconds. I'm not sure if that stacks, but it sure seems like it stacks. We'll see an example of that fairly soon, I think. And it also does damage to frost-resistant targets. And the reason why I did that is because we're about to take on some vampires here for this quest. And I've also decided that Gabon's end game, the way that he is going to save the world and retire, is to defeat Harkon and finish the Dawnguard stuff. So we are going to be against vampires here pretty soon. And, hey, Magus 80. Yeah, spam. I took care of it. You know, I can handle myself, but I really appreciate whenever we have a mod in chat to do it for me so I can focus on the game. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, too, by the way. He finally gets his castle, for sure, for sure. One or the other. Yeah, so the reason I took that enchantment that is highly effective against characters with frost resistance is because vampires are immune to poison, and so if I have an enchantment on my blade that kind of makes up for that a little bit, then that'll help sort of hedge my bets against them. Oh, got some death bell here. It's good for some poisons. Can't help myself. Once an alchemist, always an alchemist. Okay, so let's see if we can find some rumors about this burnt down shack over here, and maybe that will lead to, you know, us offering our services to the Jarl here, and maybe gaining a bit of a good reputation here in the city, or the town, I guess. Morthal isn't quite a city, at least with the vanilla towns.
Welcome to the Moorside. If you need anything, I'll be around. Good
more skooma, yeah, definitely need more skooma here. Monster energy drink. Same thing. Welcome aboard, Henson. That's an odd enchantment. Increased speed on hit for 5 seconds. Yeah, the Zim's Immersive Artifacts enchantments on the Thane weapons are all very unique, and I like them a lot, actually. There is another one that I like a lot that is the Whiterun Thane weapon called the Thum Fadoon, I think. And what it does is it actually reduces the cooldown of your shouts with each hit. Which is one I like a lot for characters that actually shout. Gabon here is not Dragonborn. He can't read the word walls and he can't shout. So that's kind of useless for him, but it is a cool enchantment. And all of these you can disenchant and add to your own gear. So he burnt down the house with his own wife and child inside. That doesn't sound right.
That's what they say. See, he's living with Alva now. That started the day after the fire. It ain't right moving in with a new love the day after your kin die like that.
Kind of sounds like Alva might be manipulating him a little bit. And of course they can't prove anything, right?
Aye. Our Jarl would sure like to know if he did, though. Might even pay to find out.
Alright, well, let's go talk to the Jarl about it. We'll go ahead and get a refill on our water here while we're here. Our water here while we're here. Say that 10 times fast. Okay, so I think that this is going to be a good test of our capabilities before we head into the Dawnguard quest line. Movarth Pekin is no slouch. He's no walk in the park, and that whole layer of his with all the high-level vampire enemies is going to be tough. But if we make it through that, I think that it says that we're fairly prepared for the challenges that Dawnguard presents. The Steam bot's handing out free skooma. Nice. You must be the Jarl. Hello.
So, life has brought you to Morthal, and to me.
She's getting ready to go cop a squat or something.
Welcome.
She's got a turtle head poking out, and then I had to interrupt her on her way back. So I hear you want somebody to look into that fire.
Rogar's house fire? Well, he lost
That's
his
the
wife
one.
and daughter in the blaze. My people believe it to be cursed now. Who am I to gainsay them?
And what's his side of the story?
Rogar blames his wife for spilling bear fat in the fire. Many folk think he set the fire himself.
Yeah. So why would he do that to his own family, you think?
Lust can make a man do the unthinkable. The ashes were still warm.
Well, that ain't false.
Himself to Alva.
So why haven't you arrested him then?
On rumor and gossip? No. But you, a stranger, might find the truth for us. Sift through the ashes that others are too fearful to touch. See what they tell you. Should you prove him guilty or innocent, I will reward you.
Sounds good. Alright, I'll get right on that.
Rogar's fate is in your hands.
You got it, lady.
You are...
Alright. So next thing, investigate the burned house. Alright, we did just go take a look at it, but let's take a closer look and see if anything else pops out at us here. Anything at all. It's probably going to be very subtle, a tiny little clue that we're going to need like a magnifying glass and maybe a microscope and some other stuff. Ah! Scared the crap out of me, kid.
Who's there? Is that you, Father?
No. I mean, I have my own kids. They're all adopted. I mean, maybe more in other provinces, but we won't talk about that. Who are you?
Helgi. But Father says I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Are you a stranger?
No. I'm a friend. You can trust me. Do you know what happened to your house here?
The smoke woke me up. I was hot and I was scared, so I hid. Then it got cold and dark. I'm not scared anymore. But I'm lonely. Will you play with me?
That was creepy as AF. But if I do play with you, you would tell me who set the fire?
Okay, let's play hide and seek. You find me, and I'll tell you. We have to wait for nighttime, though. The other one is playing too, and she can't come out until then.
The other one. Who's that?
I can't tell you. She might hear me. She's so close. If you can find me first, I can tell you.
Alright, so now we have to go find her after dark. What time is it now? It's only noon. Okay. This stuff might get scary, so, let's find Eric here. It sounded like Eric was hammering away at some clay or something around that house. Anyway, let's go ahead and, get a little nap. We'll sleep till about 8 at night.
Come on in.
Should be plenty dark by then.
Take a seat.
And then we'll get fed and get equipped, and then we'll check things out because we don't know who this other one is who might have set the fire. This other person that plays with her, but if they only come at night, then you know that's it's kind of an ill omen.
I asked you to look into the fire.
Yeah, and I saw Helgi's ghost.
The poor child is probably begging for us to string up her murdering father. Best tell the Jarl.
Okay. The Jarl looks like a weirdo. She might be into this kind of thing, and she might be able to give us some valuable information. If the rumors about her being sort of touched are true, she might have a shamanistic side to her. These Nords, especially like the ones that still have a barbaric kind of edge to them, a little bit more Atmoran blood, still going strong in their system. They tend toward shamanism quite a bit, and they still have a very strong spiritual side. So some of them seem to be in touch with things that Gavin, as a cosmopolitan sort of Breton, doesn't have access to. Well, Helgi's ghost found me and asked me to find her.
The spirit world is strong in this place. Look to the graveyard. That is where you'll find her.
The graveyard, huh? Okay, let's go scope out this graveyard before we take a nap and then head back out at night. It's not going to hurt to gather some information, at least about the terrain and the location. But yeah, okay, so now we have a ghost asking us to come play with her other friend after dark in a graveyard. So this is starting to sound pretty dangerous. Kind of spooky. Oh, are these lichen? Yes. I'm liking that. Well, this is suspicious, huh? Is this Helgi's grave, maybe? It's a child's coffin. Can't activate it. This is probably Helgi's grave. Somebody's trying to dig this thing up, and nobody else around here has noticed? I guess they're not going out of their way to visit the graveyard. Still, there should be somebody maintaining the place, like Kust and Falkreath, but I guess they don't take their graveyards as seriously here in Morthal as they do in Falkreath. Another thing is that these nightshades hide kind of an untimely death or some kind of suffering. Nightshades usually don't indicate that something good happened nearby. They're usually concentrated around areas where there was either a strong darkness, a strong dark motivation, or energy or pull is present, or where something really bad happened. You find them kind of concentrated around each of the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary entrances. You find them concentrated around graveyards. You find them concentrated around like the headsman's stage up in Solitude as well. Is that Benner? You know anything about this, bud?
I'm the best warrior in Morthal, and that's no boast.
Okay, I'm sure you are. He's got nothing on that, though. Okay. So, alright, let's get some sleep. We'll get some food, and we'll get prepped for, some kind of dark presence.
Warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
This might be the last warm meal and warm bed that I have for quite some time, so let's take advantage of it.
There ain't much to offer, but if you want a place dry to spend the night, I'll rent you a room.
Yeah, I'll take that room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
And about that room, I know where it is, thanks.
I understand.
Let's see what kind of hot meals she has here, too.
Plan, but Falian decided to move here, so I joined him.
You know Falian, huh? He sounds like an interesting character. A lot of people don't like him around here because he is a mage, but Gavin here is no slouch in the mage department. He's pretty good with his illusion spells. Want to go meet him.
Take a look.
Alright. What do you got here? This Argonian blood wine. No, I don't want to get too drunk right before we head out to something that's likely life-threatening. Take your meat pie, baby. Maybe a couple of apples there. All right, that's good enough. All right, let's get some rest. We'll sleep till, let's say 8:48. So we'll do 8 hours. We should be nice and well rested, ready to go. Should be plenty dark enough by then. Go ahead and pray tomorrow while we can. I don't know what kind of, what kind of danger she's going to be able to protect us from. Should be praying to Eric here. As our meat shield #1. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and get fed, hydrated. Oh look, we got some skooma for Henson. How about that? Actually, I should sell that off. I don't want that on my person. Hey,
I hear the
Jonah.
steward asked you to look into the fire.
I
Drink
got a
for
little
the
something
thirsty,
for you. Hush,
food
hush.
for the hungry.
You should be able to sell this at a premium. Careful who you sell it to, though. And if anybody asks, you didn't get it from me, alright?
Not right now. Anything new?
Of course.
When the time is right, friend. When we're
Ah, she's pretty attractive, huh? So, are you
let's talk about it.
Balion's, like, wife? Or are you his sister? Asking for a friend. Okay. She's giving us the cold shoulder. Gavin's married anyway. Doesn't stop him from flirting. He's not going to actually act on anything unless he goes to marry a Hagraven.
If you business with
He's already gotten himself
I'd
into
ask them to
trouble
speak to me
getting the
first.
Sanguine Rose, so he's not looking for any more trouble with Isolde back home, that's for sure. Speaking of Isolde back home, let's go ahead and get equipped. Married, in quotes. Yeah, exactly, Aster. Welcome aboard, too, by the way. Hope you're doing well this weekend. Alright, let's get all equipped up here. We need our cloak of magic protection there. I don't think we're going to need Spellbreaker just yet. But we do want to put this ridiculous looking ethereal crown back on so that we get our warrior stuff up and running. We've got our rapier out. And we got our command spell ready to go. Alright, Eric, you ready? Stuff might get a little spooky here. Who are you? Oh, crap. Okay, she went down easy. That Daedric rapier is cutting through vampire flesh. Just as good as any other flesh, I suppose. Okay, so this one's a vampire. Take the lockpicks. I'll leave her with her dignity, though. Take the vampire dust. Of course, I don't know how much dignity you're capable of twitching like that in a pool of your own blood. Have you found Isolde's sleeping tree sap side hustle? Might be a good way to call things even. That's a good call. That's a good call.
You found me! Layla was trying to find me too, but I'm glad you found me first. Layla was told to burn Mommy in, but she didn't want to. She wanted to play with me forever and ever. She kissed me on the neck, and I got so cold that the fire didn't even hurt.
So it wasn't
Layla
Hrongar.
thought she could take me and keep me, but she can't. I'm all burned up. I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep for a while now.
Look at that. Okay, so this this storyline just gets more and more complex.
She's dead. Beard. She's a vampire.
Thalnir. Who are you?
She's dead. Leolette is dead.
I'll have to do that on stream, maybe after, if we can get through the Morthal and the Winterhold Thane quests. Maybe I can do, yeah, I'd like to buy some lumber. Maybe we can do that. What can you tell me about your wife here?
Leolette. I thought she left to join the Stormcloaks. My poor Leolette.
Anything strange happen before she left?
She began to spend a lot of time with Alva.
Alva.
Yet just a week before, she despised her. In fact, the night she disappeared, she was supposed to meet Alva. Alva told me later that she never showed up. I never got to tell her goodbye.
I think they might have met after all.
You think Alva? But that means... Ye gods! You think Alva is a vampire?
Well, I mean, she seems to be the focal point of all this. Yeah, it's a possibility.
No, you're wrong. You must be wrong. Alienate may have met her fate out in the marsh. I refuse to believe Alva had anything to do with this. There is no way you can prove it to the Jarl. I hope Alva is not what you think.
Well, the people of Skyrim seem to hold a very strong regiment of noting everything that happens in their lives in journals. They love a journal here in Skyrim. Maybe Alva has one. Or maybe Alienate has one. So let's see, Eric, you up for a little B&E? Oh, maybe I should say that more quietly. You up for a little B&E? That stands for breaking and entry. Nothing like weird. No butt stuff. He doesn't trust me ever since that last time. Alright, that's fair. We have to go in ourselves, we'll go in ourselves. Oh, I hear from the PC Outcast Discord. Well, welcome aboard, welcome aboard. Professor Futon Triangle. Love the screen name. Alright, where is Alva's house? Is this Alva's house up here? This is indeed Alva's house. Alright, we're not very sneaky, and we definitely can't pick this lock with the lock overhaul that we're running, but we can stab it open. Did anybody see us? Alright.
Never should have come here. Come on! Come on!
Ah! Okay. That's no good.
Mercy!
There's Hrogar. Oh, he's scared.
We are routed. Fall back.
Eric, you gonna kill
That's
him?
the end of that.
I was gonna try to charm him first. Looks like that's not gonna happen. We'll take his money. Leave him with everything else. Hopefully it doesn't look like just a run-of-the-mill robbery here. We're actually trying to help the city, not plague it with a crime spree. Ah, look at that, just as I'd mentioned. Yeah, the province of Skyrim has a bad, hard-to-break journaling habit. My life is dreary. Where is my prince come to rescue me? Where is my bold Nord warrior to sweep me off my feet? I met a man today while picking night flowers. He is exciting and exotic. We kissed in the moonlight. It was so romantic. I'm going to see him again tonight. Now I understand the true colors of the night. Morvarth has shown me the true black of night and the true red of blood. He has promised me a feast of blood if I do his bidding in Morthal. Well, that was a quick transition, huh? Hrogar was easy to seduce. Movar said I should find a protector first, someone to watch over my coffin during the day. Hrogar is perfect. Ah, poor guy, he's just a huge victim in all this. Alienate came to visit me tonight. She slaked my thirst. I've hidden her away to let her rise as my handmaiden. I've spread the rumor in town that she left to join the war. Fools. Movarth has confided his grand plan to me. I am to seduce the guardsmen one at a time and make them my slaves. Then he and the others from the coven can descend upon Morthal and take the entire town. We won't kill them. They will become cattle for our thirst, an endless supply of blood and an entire town to protect us from the cursed sun. Hrogar's family is becoming inconvenient. I've told Alienate to kill them all, but make it look like an accident. Hrogar must be seen as innocent if he's going to be my protector. That little fool. Leolette burned Hrogar's family alive. I asked for an accident and she gave me a scandal. To make matters worse, she tried to turn his little girl, Helgi. Except Leolette couldn't even get that right. She killed the child and left the body to burn. Something's wrong with Leolette. She keeps talking about Helgi. I think her mind has snapped. She seems to think that the child can still be brought back to be her companion. There's a stranger in town looking into the fire. I'll have to be careful. Okay, so now we got some proof. What time is it? 9:43. It's not terribly late. Or Hrogar. I kind of wish I could have gotten him with like the calm or the command spell. We might have been able to spare him. So yeah, Hrogar's family got killed in a fire and he shacked up with Alva immediately. Alright. Who is angry? Oh, is that Alva?
Well, well. Another maggot to squat beneath my boot.
She finally snapped, huh? Okay. Yep, there's the vampire dust. We'll leave everything else as evidence. Now look at that, an arrow right to the heart. Well, not quite at the heart, that's more of... Well, no, that one looks pretty close to the heart. Anyway. In Skyrim, there are more than one way to kill a vampire. Shouldn't vampire thralls carry jewelry enchanted with disease resistance? I wouldn't want to accidentally turn one of your blood bags. Actually, that's a great point. That's a great point. I guess some vampires in Skyrim have more control than others. In Oblivion, they had the feral vampires, and then they had regular vampires. There was one of the Daedric quests. I don't remember exactly which one, but there all of their followers were kind of pinned down in a cave for so long that they went crazy, became feral vampires. But the ones that stay well fed seem to have more control than the ones that don't. Alva set the fire. She's the murderer.
Alva? Huh, didn't think she had it in her.
Probably think she didn't have it in her to attack the guards once I found her journal either. Yep, she's actually a vampire and she planned to enslave the entire town.
I assume you have proof? Can't go making accusations.
I find it curious how
like
much
that
of a
without
vampire
proof.
infestation problem Skyrim has. Yeah, for sure. I find it curious that as much of a menace that the vampires are, that they actually aren't more prevalent in like the cities and stuff. You get your one-off vampires here and there, like in Morthal. But then you get like just the regular vampire random attacks in large cities and stuff. But you would think that they would be more covert about their raids and you know try to do what Alva here and Movarth were doing.
Morthal is still in danger.
One of my most played characters is a vampire, and he was so paranoid about accidentally turning his wife that he had her wear a ring of immunity whenever he was near her. That's awesome. That's taking roleplay to the next level right there.
They'll be waiting outside for you to lead them.
I'm doing permadeath, so it's kind of hard for me to go super deep into the roleplay stuff because at some point I'm gonna meet like a hard meta wall that I have to follow in order to stay alive. But it's fun to explore that kind of thing. Okay, we don't need to ask her about the war. What did she ask us to do? Kill the master vampire. Okay, here we go, Eric. How do you feel about taking on a master vampire? Didn't save her from getting stabbed by a drunken stormcloak. Oh, jeez. Not immune to that, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, so if you guys are all coming along,
Destroy him.
it kind of hedges our bets a little bit. Sure, let's go do it. You guys ready?
She's dead. Leolette is dead.
You gonna go help me kill that vampire?
I want vengeance for my wife. Vengeance for Leolette. We're marching on Movar's lair, whether you come with us or not.
Well, okay. Cool with that. Okay, I'll follow along right behind you. Okay, so we got a little bit of a hike to Movarth's lair. Not a big one. Probably pick up some Death Bell and Nightshade along the way. How in-depth have you made a character before? Oh, I've gone way down the rabbit hole. A couple times, actually. There's actually a series called Chemical Whispers that I put up on YouTube that's kind of like highly produced, more like a machinima style type story. I went pretty deep down the roleplay rabbit hole there. Before I started doing content creation, I also had an Argonian who, his mother was killed by slavers, and he chased them down, or chased them up into Morrowind, but kind of hit the corner of Skyrim when he ran into his wife's, or his mom's killers.
Yeah,
Found his long lost brother,
vampires?
Vizara in the Dark Brotherhood, and realized that he was actually a Shadow Scale too, but had been missed. And then I used a mod for Vizara to bring him back to life and become a follower, but that was just him kind of delving into insanity. Nobody else could see Vizara. It was just, it was kind of a Fight Club situation with the Tyler Durden going on. And there was a lot of little side stories around it too, but that was kind of the main gist of it.
Cave up ahead? Trouble? Or maybe treasure?
I'm just a poor man trying to make a living. I'd leave Mortal were it in my power. All right then.
Okay, guys,
Unless it's about the mill. I don't have time to talk. Too much to do.
you guys ready? You kind of just standing here.
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then the world used to make sense.
All right, they're getting cold feet here.
This damned war has cost us, me, everything.
So you guys are gonna make me go into the vampire's lair alone here?
They may be cowards, but I'm not.
Yep, they're giving up.
I'll go with you.
Is that Lami there? Yeah, she's an alchemist, an alchemy vendor. I'd rather have her stay safe. All right, you're a brave man. Let's go. So I'm inclined to kind of say, just cool out. I'm gonna go take care of this. I'm better suited than you. But I don't want to rob him of his chance of honor and avenging his family, or his wife at least. Yeah, you're brave. Let's go do this.
Lead on.
Oh, hey, EJ. Speaking of crazy in-depth roleplay, Professor Futon, EJ here has an awesome channel where she does a lot of crazy roleplay with multiple different characters, and she's spinning up a new series right now. I would highly suggest go checking that out.
Until next time.
Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and summon a Dremora here. That should help. That should help distract the bloodthirsty vampires from ganging up on poor Gavin here. I also have Spellbreaker, easy for me to say. Spellbreaker equipped here, ready to block any kind of drain life spells they might be throwing at us. Now, I'm running classic classes and burst signs reimagined, and as a rogue, you get a perk that improves one-handed damage if you don't have anything else in your in your left hand. I'm trying to find it here. Improved one-handed damage, duelist here. Deal 20% more damage with one-handed weapons when your other hand is free.
I smell weakness.
Oh, spiders.
You return, foolish mortal.
Thonier, come on, man.
I will feast on
I can take you.
20% is quite a bit, especially when you're wielding a Daedric rapier. That scales faster at higher damage levels. Wow, this spider, you guys are having a lot of trouble with this spider here, aren't you? Oh, I see why. Okay, the Dremora went a little crazy there too. I gotta stop using this damn command spell.
Cleared out, I guess.
The command spell, it allies an enemy NPC with the player character here. The summoned Dremora from the Sanguine Rose doesn't seem to respect that sort of faction or that allied relationship, and so the Dremora keeps attacking that commanded entity. So that turns the Dremora against something that I'm allied to, which Eric takes exception to. So then Eric always ends up fighting the Dremora, and that's kind of a big bite to chew on. He bites off a little bit more than he can chew with those Dremora. So then I always have to come in and help him out with the Dremora that I summoned. So I'm gonna have to try to lay off the command spell a little bit more. I think I'm just gonna use Discord, which is a Forgotten Magic Redone spell, and I can level that up a little bit too if I need to. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and cast our Dremora. Wow, made quick work at him, huh? Oh, I zapped Thonier. I'm sorry, bud. I thought you were an enemy.
Who seeks death?
Sorry, bud. You'll get over it, I'm sure. I don't have a heal other spell or anything for you. Alright, just hang out. I'll see if I can take care of things for you. We're gonna need you up here, guys. Leave the poor guy alone. He's been through enough already.
Come here. You're mine. Ha! Found you.
There could be no other end.
Maybe I can calm him. Does that overwrite Discord? It doesn't look like it does. Well, okay. Now we're good. Hopefully we're good. I'm gonna have to come back here and get all these mushrooms. As an alchemist, Gavin can make a lot of good poisons out of these things. Okay, now we're about ready to hit the nest.
Challenger is near.
A lot of splash radius on the Discord there. And it does a little bit of damage as well. Fire Thrall.
Someone do something.
Alright, let's get Spellbreaker back out. Let's go ahead and get buffed up with our potions here too. Yeah, those Dremora, they love their fire enchantments, don't they? Oh. something about somebody lost their head.
We are routed.
There could be no other
Anybody else? Yeah, the rogue, the rogue class does not employ sneak, which you think it would, because you'd think that the rogue would be all about, you know, covert operations. Ouch. Oh my god, that hurt bad. Come on, attack the Dremora. Get him pissed off at you. There you go.
You should have stayed in your precious forest, elf.
Oh, Eric throwing out the elf hate there. Ooh, Imstool. That's a super ingredient. Nordic arrows. Those look nice.
What do you think you're doing?
Stepping through that fire. Yeah, Imstool is an uber ingredient. It has lingering damage health, and paralysis. So you can make a hell of a poison out of this thing. Am I going the right way? I feel like I'm not going the right way. No, I'm going the right way.
How deep is this cave?
I was wondering the same thing myself there, Eric. Hey, Tom. Welcome aboard. Sorry, I'll catch up in chat here in a second once there's a little less imminent danger. Anybody else back here? Ooh, there's a chest. Glass battle axe of irritation. What is that? Chance to create a distracting noise that interrupts spellcasting for 10 seconds. That's interesting. Okay, there's gonna be another one out here. Let's make sure that my resist magic is topped up and some cold resistance. Okay, I think we drew them all out into the main chamber out there. Okay. Laid to rest. Return to Morthal's Jarl. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just do a quick loot pass on everything, and I'm gonna get caught up on chat. But it looks like we survived that encounter. Strangely enough, the most danger that we were in is when the Thrall hit us with that single arrow that that Wood Elf got us. That Wood Elf swit. Okay, looking fairly strong here, I think, with the Dremora meat shield, making sure not to use the command spell as long as he's around. Eric is quite strong, although he's kind of seeming a little freaked out at this whole vampire business. We might have to make a change. Let him kind of do his thing, but we'll see. Let's see here. Hoping I didn't just walk in to curse our beloved rogue. He's quite resilient. Gonna take a little bit more from an EJ curse, or then an EJ curse to... And now I'm playing with fire. I gotta stop. I'm gonna jinx myself. Warm Sands, Tom. Welcome aboard. This one just got the alert that you were playing once more. Nice. Do you use realistic dialogue overhaul? If so, there's a command in there that will stop all combat on both sides. No, I'm not. I'm not using that one. Maybe it's something that I should look into. But yeah, as long as I can find the root cause of the aggression between the summon and my follower, I can avoid it. To me, it's not so bad. That command spell is very strong. It's almost overpowered. And this gives me a reason not to use it in certain situations. So I'm happy to kind of take that as a balance thing. That was impressive. Well, you know, Gabin's impressive. He impresses me sometimes too. Yeah, that archer almost got us. That could have been a lot hairier. Last episode, we actually got zapped in the face by a chain lightning spell that one-shotted us. Luckily, I have the Lover's Stone active, which with an Irem and the Andromeda overhaul with that. With that Standing Stone, it gave us 1 revival, and we were able to kind of skedoodle out of there, out of danger. But yeah, Gabin here is still very much a glass cannon, and one hit from the wrong kind of attack from the wrong enemy and he goes down. So you'll see me take preparation very seriously. If I prepare correctly and I act and I execute these tactics correctly. Ancient Lich. Yeah, we're not a conjurer, but that sounds awesome. If I execute the tactics correctly, I should be okay. It's going to look almost as if it were too easy to be tense if everything happens correctly, but it's not too easy. It's not too easy. We've seen me almost die on 1 hit on numerous occasions now. But my goal is to make it look easy. A lot of times when you're playing on such a hard difficulty, and you're playing a glass cannon type character, the only way to survive is to use these overpowered tactics and make it look easy. Unfortunately. How we doing here? I'll take his dagger there. That looks pretty cool. All right. Two more wings of the place here, and then we'll head back to Idgrod. Jarl Idgrod. Take one more just in case. Immortal Blood. We'll read this a little later too. This has some valuable lore insights on the Master Vampire that we just took out, which was actually a legendary kill in its own right. I think that the game doesn't do enough to portray just the weight of what you did in this quest. Viking axe, that looks quite familiar, doesn't it? Seems like the same kind of axe that maybe a mouthy ranger in a certain Lorcan universe would use. A mouthy shamanistic ranger. Get the fancy boots, we can sell those off. Nothing else is quite so fancy. Ooh, an illusion skill book. Don't mind if I do. Movarth's boots, those aren't very fancy. What kind of enchantment do those have on them? Sneaking is 15% more effective. Nice. We're not really a sneaky character, so it's not really going to do anything for us. Alright, let's head back. Head back to Morthal. We'll get a pat on the head from the Jarl. That's what the rogue lives for. Is the renown. Leave the poor victims there. Knock on wood, indeed. I'm not going to knock on wood here because it's going to set my dog off, thinking that there's somebody at the door. I like how it added you to say that. It was like, hey, EJ, I'll be sure nothing foul escapes my butthole. Who is this? I don't recognize you. Just a citizen, huh? I'm sorry, I really can't trust you.
Smell weakness.
There is no bounty for that. Okay, good. Indeed, look here. The vampire dust. The citizen was going back to her little hidey hole. That could have been bad for, you know, a city that's just reeling from having lost a family and a whole bunch of people.
Mother's
And Alva
calling
and
me.
Movarth's
It's
whole
time for me
plan
to
of
sleep
taking the
now.
thing over just
I'm
to,
so
you know,
tired.
start their recovery and
Thank you for
then
making her feel better.
have their rebound sort of snuffed out by one more vampire that was left behind. Couldn't chance it. Couldn't chance it. She didn't seem hostile, but I think that was her ploy. Okay. It's 1 a.m. It's quite late to be bothering the Jarl, but I think that this warrants waking her up in the middle of the night. And I'm going to take all of the ingredients I can on the way back. The rogue is talented in alchemy, so I sort of can't help myself, but when I see these ingredients to stop and pick them. I've also been taking the major slack tactic of creating useless potions that sell for a lot of money because they have a lot of different effects to them, even though they're they have both harmful and beneficial effects to them. And that's been paying for things like training, been paying for, you know, Eorlin to craft this Daedric rapier of mine. And to improve our endgame gear here. So having ingredients for all that is kind of necessary for the rogue's game. For what he do. Oh, it's dark in here. Oh. I'm sorry, Asselfer. I need to bother the Jarl. This is important.
Well, look at you. If only everyone acted like you did.
Let's see. The Master Vampire Movarth is dead.
By the 8, I didn't think he could do it. Now maybe we can put all this behind us. Take this as a token of our gratitude.
1,000. Anything else you need, my Jarl?
There is room in my court for a new thane. It's an
That's what
honorary
I'm here
title
for.
mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my thane.
It would be an honor.
Good luck.
Okay, so I've already assisted one of the people of Fjall March. Excuse me, Mr. Dremora. This guy's just going to be following me around now. The people of Morthal are no stranger to strange happenings and magic, which is probably why they hate it so much. They're definitely not going to like seeing the Dremora walking around, but you know, he's my bodyguard and I just saved their asses from a vampire invasion, so I think they're going to have to deal with it. Swamp Thane, Swamp Thane, Swamp Thane.
Let me know if you want anything.
Sorry, I saw the exclamation points there and I kind of ran with it. It got away from me a little. You're not Alva? Oh, you're the interesting NPC.
Have you met the bard that plays here? He's got a voice like broken glass and fingers like the knob of a carrot. Sometimes he ventures outside, and when he plays, the animals in the marsh will start screaming.
Who is this bard?
His name's Lurbuck, and he's
Lurbuck.
by far the worst bard in all of Skyrim.
He's the one that
But the
hightailed. He's one of the
old
ones that
sort of
hightailed when we were
grows
about
on
to
you.
go into Movarth's Slayer
In
there.
time, everyone will learn to appreciate him like I do.
You think so? I don't know. Bards in general are insufferable even when they're good. So a bad bard, I don't know.
Goodbye.
I think I still have the room. It's good for a full 24 hours, so. Not for the day. For 24 hours. Oh, I'm not worshiping you, Dramora. You're still doing my bidding. I'm worshiping Mara here. Before I hit the hay. Literally. Alright, let's just sleep. Ooh, you know what? Before I do that, let's just make sure we didn't get the vampire disease here. Is it Sanguinaire Vampirus? Or is that the Oblivion version of it? I always get them mixed up. Can never remember. Seven hours should put us at 8:15 a.m. and that's when everybody should be up and open for business. How we doing here? Still good on needs? Awesome. 'Tis Sanguinaire Vampirus in Skyrim, and I know that because I don't know what the Oblivion one is. Now I gotta think of what that one was in Oblivion. They're different diseases, which indicates that they're different strains of vampires, which makes sense because they both have very different in-game mechanics.
Do you like magic? Valiant says I'm
And it
good
would
at
stand to reason that the strain would mutate a little bit. In the 200 plus years that it took between the Oblivion Crisis and now the Return of Alduin. But also there are different bloodlines throughout the different provinces of Tamriel of vampirism. Which also makes sense. Okay, so to get the favor quests for becoming Thane, let's go ahead and chop some wood, sell it to the wood guy. And that should take care of one of the favors. And the other one I think we'll do with the alchemist. We might have enough of the ingredients on hand that I just have to take a carriage back to Lake Ilinalta. Pick up some stuff from the personal stash and bring it back to her. I would really rather not have to go on a hunt throughout the wilderness of Skyrim on stream to find these ingredients. All right, Jorgen.
The mill is my responsibility, and that's what I care about. That's all. Understand?
Sure, yeah. I got some firewood to sell for you.
Honest gold for honest work.
All right, there's 2 out of 3 there. Let's just add something to the journal here. You seem upset about something.
The world's going mad, and our Jarl does what? She hides inside with her visions. We need a leader, not some mystic.
So you don't trust the Jarl?
How can I? She never speaks with us. She's allowed this wizard, Falcon, to live in our midst practicing gods know what.
Not all wizards are
and
bad.
There's talk of rebellion and dragons. But help could Idgrod be against them? No. We can only rely on ourselves. You do well to remember that.
You do well to remember that wizards are people too, and a little bit of trust goes a long ways. Wouldn't you rather have that wizard on your side than not? He's probably a good guy. So what isn't the Jarl dealing with?
Trust you saw the house that burned down. Peculiar bit of business that was. And that's on top of noises from the marsh in the night. Tales of monsters. Now this wizard in our midst. What's a man to do if he can't look to his Jarl for help?
Well, we've handled the house. That issue should be squashed, and your Jarl paid me handsomely for that, by the way.
Be seeing ya.
All right. I think the other favorite quests might be the one that the Housecarl has about the concerns about Idgrod's state of mind. I really don't know about any other ones. Maybe beating... Oh, what's his name in a fist fight? I just called him by his name, not Benor. And I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure this one counts.
Oh, do come in. I hope I have what you need.
Lamy, my friend.
Word is the College of Mages is back to normal. If there's such a thing for that lot.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Nothing normal about those guys. Let's see. You have any hard time getting supplies all the way out here?
No. Well, sometimes, but that's not the problem. I just often don't have much to do, so I tend to try things out.
I see.
They don't usually work, but I try. Next thing I know, I've used up most of my stock.
Well, I am angling for a place of reputation here in the city. Maybe I can help you out.
I picked up the trade when I was a girl. One of the temple healers staying here on a pilgrimage showed me the basics. She had a book with her, Song of the Alchemists, that I used to read over and over.
Oh, so it isn't a collection quest for her. I thought that there was a collection quest. And it's just a find the thing quest.
Really? I'd be happy to show you a bit about herbs if you find the book.
Okay, the Song of the Alchemist. That should give us a map marker.
All right, then.
Let's go see if we can find that for her. Now, with Zim's immersive artifacts, this Dremora is going to be around pretty much permanently. As long as we can keep Eric from getting pissed off at him, or vice versa, we won't have to dismiss him. But if we have to dismiss him, we can just, you know, take care of him with our sword. Technically, it's not an infinite amount of time. It's not permanent, but effectively it is. Yeah.
Watch what you're doing.
I doubt I'll be playing this character for 24,000 hours. I mean, that would be pretty impressive if I could, but, you know, Elder Scrolls 6 will undoubtedly be out by then. Fingers crossed. Maybe not. I would hope. All of this alchemy stuff is reminding me that I need to work on Granny Melka's cookbook. Ooh. Granny Melka's cookbook. That sounds delicious. And nutritious. A lot of human eyeballs in that, in those recipes, I would guess. All right, where am I going for this book? Let's see. Do I see an arrow? I don't see an arrow. Oh, wait, yep. Bring one Song of the Alchemist to Lammy. Is that in the sewers of Solitude? Ugh. That's gonna be rough. All right, well, let's head to Solitude. How are we doing on needs? Still doing fine. See where that map marker leads us. I think Magus or somebody else recently posted this mod, the mod with the extra carriage stops around the minor cities and towns. If it wasn't Magus, it was somebody else who posted it in his Discord.
I want you to know I appreciate your friendship.
It's highly convenient. I highly recommend it. Oh, thanks for the iron ingots. Actually, those are quite useful. Eric, that was actually a thoughtful gift. Looks like this guy was on his horse and then fell down. Anyway. Eric knows that I'm always on the lookout for iron ingots for the homesteading back at Lake Illinalta. So it looks like... I don't think this is actually pointing into the city itself. But maybe an entrance down by the docks or somewhere else. Let's follow the map marker. Gavin does have the clairvoyance spell. He is an illusionist. So we can kind of reconcile the magic GPS, the magic Skyrim GPS with his capabilities already. So I'm not really concerned about the roleplay aspects of the magic map markers. He's got a little bit of psychic ability with that clairvoyance spell. Okay, getting close. Is this the one that just goes back up into the city anyway? Did I just take the scenic route? I did indeed. Damn it. Dag nabbit. All right, now where are we going? We're gonna end up stealing this from like the College of Winterhold or the Blue Palace or something, I feel like. We are Thane here, so if we do incur a bounty, it's not the end of the world. We are also a member of the college, the Bard's College. So they may allow us just to take it. Probably not. We're not very sneaky. But we might have invisibility potions. Might not need the invisibility anyway. We'll take the alchemy progression as well. We're almost at level 38. Okay, yes. Nobody saw us take that. Is that even marked as stolen? Did I need to go through that whole charade? I did. Alright, well, in the name of recognition, that's something that a normally law-abiding Gavin will do. He's not quite a thief. He's normally very law-abiding, but it's mostly because he wants a good name in these different towns. And if he is able to do a little bit of minor larceny in order to become Thane of another hold and not get caught doing it, you know, that's something well within his window of capability. Things that he's willing to do. Somewhere between lawful good and maybe not unlawful good, neutral good. Normally lawful, mostly neutral. Always good. The whole Mara thing. His scope of consciousness is that he is a hero. He's always gonna, well, not always gonna do the right thing. He's mostly gonna do the right thing. He worships Mara. That keeps him on the right track, along with his wife and kids that he cares very dearly for. But he also will do some questionable things for money. Nothing outright evil, but some things that are questionable,
Where do
for
you
sure.
want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Money and renown.
Get up there.
He'll stop short of just outright murder. And things like pickpocketing that provide a risk of tarnishing his name within a city. Gotta love it when the map markers just kind of don't. Indeed, indeed. Oh, it looks like we're dropping a few frames here. Not a whole lot. It's been kind of the way lately. It's just an unstable connection between my house and the YouTube ingest server, wherever that is. That happens from time to time. There's not really anything I can do about it until YouTube realizes that there's an issue, or Cox realizes that there's an issue on their end and fixes it. My upload speeds are completely stable. It's just the connection between here and the YouTube ingest server that is having an issue. So, ain't my fault. Let's see. Lami.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents.
Sure, you know what? I'll do some business with you too.
I'm telling you, I heard it, howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
Are they? Well, I might know a little something about that, but I'm gonna keep that hush-hush. I found that book you wanted.
It's amazing how much you can learn from a book. Here, let me show you some of the things the temple healers taught me about potions.
Ah, there's the level up. You can return to Idgrod.
Take a look.
Let's go ahead and stock up on some ingredients here. We have plenty of money. 69,000 septums. Giggity.
Goodbye, old friend.
Old friend. Just became friends. Nice. Okay. Did I get back to 69? Oh, now I'm all the way up to 70,000. Damn, I gotta sell $1,000 or 1,000 septums worth of goods now. Or I have to buy 1,000 septums worth of something. Get back to the magic number. All right, Idgrod.
Well, look at you. If only everyone acted like you did.
Yeah, I'm a goody little two shoes, aren't I? I've helped your people.
Then by my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Hjalmarch. Congratulations. I grant you this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble now.
No, of course not. So what's the deal with these visions of yours?
The divines reveal things to me at times, yes. I do not hide this. It is a gift.
She's kind of an interesting mix of
cannot understand it.
Atmoran and Imperial influences, right? With her spirituality. She is shamanistic to the core, right? Which comes from like the Atmoran, the ancient stuff, maybe a little bit of the dragon cult, and the totems of all that. But then she also mentions the divines, which is definitely an Imperial influence. Interesting. Okay, so, yep, now we are Thane of Morthal.
It's an honor to serve you.
Boom, shakalaka. And we got Valdemar here.
Keep safe.
Maybe once I reach endgame with, if I reach endgame with Gavin here, which is completing the Dawnguard quest. Getting a potential spam call there on my phone. I'll go through and try to build out the rest of these Hearthfire properties. Lakeview here is almost completely built out. I just need to finish the basement and the different shrines to the different divines down there. So it's going to take a while to sort of collect all those amulets and then the jewels and stuff that it takes to build those shrines. But that's really all I have left at Lakeview here. After I'm done with that, I'm going to need something to spend my money on. I'm pretty much set with endgame gear here. I might try to go hit up the Statue of Meridia for Dawnbreaker. I think the weapon that we have is going to be completely adequate for vampires because of the enchantment that's on it. So maybe not. But yeah, I'm going to need something to spend my money on. Crafting isn't going to be needed. I pretty much have everything in terms of gear that I already need. Alchemy ingredients are completely affordable now. Just by selling off other potions that I have crafted, I can get all the ingredients that I need from the vendors. And that's pretty much it. And as a rogue, we have a strong talent for speechcraft. So we do make lots of money. And in fact, I can even perk this out a little better than it is. And nothing to spend it on. So that's going to have to be Hearthfire, I think. Okay, so what's next? Let's see if we can pursue a thaindom in the Winterhold. The Hold of Winterhold. Coulda come up with something a little better than putting the name of the thing that it is in the name of the town itself. The Hold of Winterhold. We'll also have to check in with the wife and kids at some point. We try to get back there every night, but the situation here in Morthal kind of precluded us from being able to do that last night. Getting crowded by my dudes here. Now I'm trying to remember what the quest is that kind of unlocks the Thane status quest line.
Can I help you?
For Winterhold. I know I've done it before. What is Thane of already besides Morthal? And yes, that wait for carriage. I should not poke my mod list. He is Thane of... Oh, what is he Thane of already? He is Thane of everywhere except for Winterhold and Windhelm right now. Windhelm is sort of behind the barrier of the Civil War quest line, and I got some ideas for that. But right now, the only one that's available to us is Winterhold that we don't already have. And once we are Thane of everywhere, which includes completing the Civil War quest line, then I'll take on the Dawn Guard, and if I finish Dawn Guard without dying, I think I'm going to retire this character and say that I kind of, you know, took him to his completed state there, and start a new character.
What's your business here in Winterhold?
Doesn't matter.
It does. The college has caused enough problems.
I don't want to kind of put my alliance right into the college right away because there's some anti-college sentiment here.
Reason to be in Winterhold at all.
You're the Jarl? I'm looking for work.
Winterhold has lost much of its history.
And if we can gain some influence in Winterhold, we might be able to repair, if not just, you know, improve the relationship between the Jarl here and the college. If they had more of a working, fruitful relationship, then they could really go a long way toward getting this town back on its feet, I think.
Having that might get the ear of the other holds and give me some authority.
All right, I'll recover your helm for you.
Good. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for your return.
Awesome.
Come back as soon as you have the helm.
Find the helm of Winterhold inside the Pride of Telvos. The Pride of Telvos is a ship that's probably moored somewhere on the Sea of Ghosts. Where is that at? Might be quite the journey. Okay, this one I think we can actually get to without getting too wet. It's this one down here that you have to swim in order to get to, unless you have some kind of water walking enchantment or you're a vampire or something. This one has heard that you talk to the college first, you get locked out of a quest specifically about getting the helm. Oh, okay. Well, luckily, I've already become the Archmage. I think I've already passed that off to Tolfdir via Immersive College of Winterhold. But I've already completed that quest line. Encano lies dead. You might still be in the Hall of Elements, I don't know. But luckily, one of the bug fix mods or something that I'm running has fixed that for me. Okay, there is the shipwreck I think that I'm shooting for. Indeed. Okay, let's actually do this. I think it's a bit of a safer... I've had permadeath characters die, specifically the agent. Oh, what was his name? Something with a V. Die to a snowy saber cat. Right in that area over there. Now, what are you guys fighting? Is there another magical anomaly or something over here? Who are you? Afflicted? What are the afflicted doing out here?
It is a shame that was necessary.
Very interesting. So the afflicted are now attacking cities. Got some high-level gear on them too. Probably because I slaughtered everybody for the Permadeath quest when I got Spellbreaker. They might be, I don't know. Maybe they were coming after me and they're just hostile to everybody? I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Hey, Obsolete Enigma. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well to kick off the weekend here on this Saturday. Got a pretty full docket later tonight. We're gonna go see one of our friends' new house. She moved away for a little bit back to the East Coast. Sold her house and everything and came back, rented another house, and now she has bought another place to live. Ah! Wolf. Just a regular wolf, though. Didn't hurt too much. Ooh, that's the ice wolf. That one takes a chunk.
Fall down and bleed to death.
So yeah, this is a Daedric rapier added by the animated armory mod. And that's where the rapier stab animations come from too. I highly recommend this mod to anybody who uses rapier style swords, short spears. What else? Long spears, halberds. They all have very cool replaced animations that are more appropriate for the stabby type weapons. Ooh, what's this? Slaughterfish eggs? Very nice. And I haven't seen any mod conflicts or anything with it. It works pretty well. But if you're already, you know, like somebody like EJ who has a YouTube series that hinges on keeping a mod list stable, I probably wouldn't recommend changing that at all. But they're very cool. And the enchantment that I have on this for people who weren't here at the beginning, the enchantments, I call it Gabbin Stabber. Stabbing Gabbin Stabber. The enchantments come from Zim's immersive artifacts, especially, specifically the Thane weapons module from that mod. The first enchantment that I have on it, on striking a target, it increases weapon speed for 5 seconds. I believe that stacks. This specifically was for harder enemies that, like dragons and stuff that are, or higher level vampires that have a lot of health, that also are immune to like poison, or at least resistant to it. So that really increases DPS as I keep hitting them. The other one on it has a has an enchantment on it that hurts enemies that are immune or resistant to frost, and the more resistant to frost they are, the harder it hits them, the more damage it does. So that kind of mitigates the weakness against vampires, because vampires are immune to poison, and poison is a big weapon in my arsenal here, a big reason why I'm still alive. But undead and vampires are immune to it, so that's kind of why that's there, to kind of hedge my bets against them. Most undead and vampires are immune to frost or highly resistant to it, so that enchantment should help with the offensive capabilities against them. I considered putting sun damage on it too, but when it came down to damage per charge, this looked more effective, more efficient. This one does more damage. All right, I'm just gonna have to take a dip here, aren't I? Maybe I can skirt along the side. It's actually up there. All right, let's see if we can cross back over this way. Plus, if I wanted to go the sun damage route, I think that Dawnbreaker would be more effective too. How's the water in there, Eric? All right, it looks like there's a... Oh, I took the dip. I'm in the drink. I was trying to avoid that the whole time. I'm not running Frostfall. To me, it's too restrictive. Who's the challenger? Who are you looking at? Orcers usually aren't this aggressive. Maybe a slaughterfish?
I smell weakness.
I don't know. Oh, it looks like some wolves saw me over there. That's fine. Okay, Discord leveled up.
We make quite a team, eh?
We'll take a look at that and see if they're... Actually, the Ice Wolf pelts I might be able to use for my homestead. Alright. That takes care of that. So I'll take those, just in case there's a bust or something that I can use. Oh, the Oh Shiny, when the new mods come out. I know. I'm usually pretty good at avoiding that myself. I do spin up new characters. I mean, the whole permadeath thing with the random starts is... nobody look, I'm taking the human heart. Kind of lends itself to more restarts. But then I also leverage the profile system in Mod Organizer 2 heavily to try new mods without sacrificing or compromising my existing mod lists at all. And then the build guides that I use, those usually take a lot longer, but I run that off of a stable profile in MO2 while I try out new mods. So I don't have to avoid the Oh Shiny thing as much as a lot of people do. For something like what EJ does with the really long-running YouTube series and stuff like that, that's a little harder to do. All right, Pride of Tel Voss. Is there a way over here that I don't have to get wet? This looks pretty shallow. I think I can get across this without having to swim. Nope. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Oh, that's cold. That's brisk. Let's have Discord ready to... Oh yeah, I wanna check that out. Let's see what kind of upgrades we have available to Discord. Oh, my shoulder's starting to pick up on me here. Ugh. Discord, was that, that might have been Mystic. Yeah, there it is. We got one perk available. Let's see, Spreading Chaos, what does this do? Affects a wider area at higher cost. Consuming range, a little more splash area would be good, I think, would be great. Consuming Rage affects higher level targets. That would also be great. Recklessness reduces armor effectiveness for all targets. Also great. In fact, that might be the best one so far. Scatterbrain distracts spellcasters, reducing magicka for each target. Interesting. This... excuse me. Ugh, wrong pipe. This might actually be great against vampires. Because vampires are all spellcasters with that drain life spell that they tend to want to spray all over the place. Plus, some of them are actually mage types too that have different spells that they use. Rage Eater restores magicka. Interesting. Reduces magic resistance for all targets. That would be good for enchanted weapons, I suppose. Clumsiness, chance of staggering each target. I tend to cast this from afar, so the staggering effect probably wouldn't be as much use for me. Once they get within striking distance, I'm usually unequipped in the left hand to try to parry. Reduces stamina for each target. It's also a good one, especially with running Wildcat. Stamina becomes more important for everybody, allies and player character and NPC, and player NPCs. Let's see, distracts spellcasters. I think I want this one. I gotta start getting prepped for those vampires. All right, our shipwreck is right over here, I think. Can I hit anybody from here with the Discord spell? Don't see anyone. I'm mashing the jump button. Yeah, there we go. Can I get up here? So I don't have to walk through the gauntlet. Ah, I see you over there.
Bad time to get lost, friend.
Maybe they'll fight each other. Still feels like he's targeting me. Now he's targeting his friend. There we go. There we go. Bomb him from above over here. I see ya. Look at you, just helpless little guy over here. Oh, still firing at me. Okay, I think their boss is over here, so I'm trying to keep an eye on that area. Let's try not to get flanked here, but... Oh, he got me.
Tell you what, you start that so I can stab you in the back.
Off with his head. Okay. Now the bandit chief is probably over here somewhere. Let's empty the left hand there just to make sure that we can block if we have to. Now is she up there? Ah, there he is. There's that awesome halberd animation. He'll stab with certain directional power attacks and things like that, and then he'll slash like an axe for other types of attacks. Always in my load order. Oh, I'm carrying too much. All right, pack mule, Eric.
What can I do for you, friend?
Eric the carrier.
Of course.
Ooh, let me get caught up here. This one has just rebuilt the mod list and just started playing with his Khajiit monk called Dokras Zajit. Claw Dancer. Nice. Awesome name. Rebuilt after 2 years. Nice. So you're another one of us that like to keep our base mod lists in order for a long time. The anti-magus. That's why I'm still not done with rebuilding my mod list. I keep adding new mods or mods I come across. Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of the nature of modding Skyrim, Gale. With such an active mod community, it becomes kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit, because on the one hand, you're always getting new stuff and new support, new things to try out and explore. On the other hand, it's always a constant moving target. If you're trying to create like the ultimate perfect mod list, that target, that perfect ultimate target is always changing. Always. There's always going to be a new mod that you're going to add to it. So at some point you kind of just gotta, you know, put a pin in the map and keep it there and try to hit that target instead of that perfect one that keeps changing. That's in my experience anyway. Avoiding that is cool because then whenever you do start a new series like you're doing now, EJ, that does make modding your new series a lot of fun because then you get to try lots of new things at once. True, it's like almost a new game when you come back to it after a long run with a particular mod list. That's why I like playing a vampire, because vampires don't feel the cold. They can still freeze solid, but they don't really get cold or anything. Yeah, indeed. This guy's not going to become a vampire. He's trying to save the world, not contribute to the end of it. The sword is so huge. Kind of looks like you're one-handing a two-handed sword. Yeah, I know. I have that same gripe with most of the weapons in this game. Even some of the vanilla ones. It's the modded short swords and some of like Billy Rose stuff that ends up looking more natural. And some of the actual rapiers with this mod look appropriately sized, but definitely not this one. And definitely not most of the modded one-handed swords either. Yeah, it's a gripe I have, but it's for endgame gear, you kind of gotta take what you can get in terms of power. The meta is kind of clashing with the roleplay at that point. I do have a few new rapiers that I have downloaded that I'm just waiting to add into the mod list till, you know, Gavin either hits his goal of saving the world at the end, or he dies. Then I can start adding those things back in. And I'm also waiting to finish my agent build guide as well before I add it to my non-permadeath profiles. Sanguine's rose is red. Skyrim is fun. You're carrying too much to be able to run. Nice poem. Good one. Good one, good one. Ebony Armor of Invigoration. Oh yeah, that's the Lover Stone. Trying to do me a favor. Oh, this is Morthal's Thane quest. Inflicts 19 points of poison damage. Poison targets are slowed and take additional damage over time. That's kind of cool. Grand Staff of Charming. Oh, that's Onman's thing. Okay, I'll have to bring that back to him at some point. Okay, load is lightened.
Lead on.
Let's do the looty doot doot thing, huh? Ebony short spear. That looks kind of nice. And the steel glaive. Yeah, another nice thing that Animated Armory does is it takes all the weapon types from Heavy Armory and adds the new animations to them. So like for the short spears, I think the short spear just uses the same animation as the rapiers that I'm using. Makes more sense for the weapon type, right? And then for the full spears and the glaives, they have their same have a new stance and everything, and they also do the stabs. And halberds also have their appropriate animation sets. Very cool mod. That's a mainstay in all my load orders these days. Limdrin Telvanni's journal. Oh, okay, this is for the dude, the Dunmer dude with the Argonian name at the Riften Markets. Okay, where the hell is this? Did I already get this book? Oh, I must have gotten the book without even realizing it. Must have been in a chest somewhere. Ebony battle axe of freezing. Nice. Can take your iron ingots. Human flesh for sure. And absolutely the Daedra heart. Okay, what else? Do we have any chests over here? Novice is the only level of lock that I can open because of the lock overhaul that I'm running. I can't bash open anything, but, well, I don't know. How is my one-handed looking here? Oh yeah, I should be able to bash open just about anything, except for maybe a master lock, depending on if it takes the buffed one-handed skill or the unbuffed one-handed skill, the base skill. But I'm still using the lock picks to open the novice locks because I want to level up that skill a little bit. Level progression is great. How are you enjoying it with 5 FPS? I'm not running 5. I'm solid 60 here. Welcome aboard, Ravenous Darius, by the way. Let's see. I am dropping frames a little bit, so if you're seeing choppy footage, that's where that's coming from. I am very proud of my rig and the performance that I'm getting with these visuals. So yeah, 60 FPS, pretty solid all the way through here. YouTube's having some connection. Yeah, it is. It's the YouTube ingest servers, specifically the connection between that and my ISP that we're having trouble with. I'm getting solid upload speeds. I just uploaded a new Imperius shared ancestry guide last night and this morning, and it was fine. It was absolutely fine. What the hell? Well, this is interesting.
Dead and buried.
I don't want to deal with those guys. I don't know why I even came to the college. It must be the Dremora that they don't like. I don't want to get hit by a rogue ice storm here either.
I'll gladly kill you myself.
12th tier?
Picking on an old man? What did I ever do to you? Please, someone do
I don't know what's going on here. I'm hightailing it. I think it must have been the Dremora that caused that. I'm gonna hightail it, let everybody cool off. If they destroy my Dremora, that's fine. Human flesh is incredible, an ingredient used to make one of the best vanilla poisons in the game. Yeah, it's kind of hard to reconcile with role-playing a good guy though, right? Okay, the guards don't seem to be too bothered by my presence here, so that's good. I just don't know what happened there. All right, Jarl.
I don't care how many colleges they build, or how much the sea swallows up. I'll outlast them all.
Sounds badass. Anyway, I have that helm of Winterhold that you wanted.
Can you believe that this hold used to contend for the throne?
It wasn't a book I was looking for. I got it mixed up with Lami's quest.
Others will listen. Here, your reward is promised. You have Winterhold's thanks.
Helm of Winterhold removed. Anything else you need?
There is room in my court for a new Thane.
Oh, is there?
Honorary
Tell
title.
me more.
But there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my thane.
It would be an honor.
Good luck to you.
Oh, look, I've already helped your people.
Then by my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Winterhold. I grant you this weapon from the armory to serve as your badge of
Ooh, what's the
office.
cool-ass enchantment on this
I'll
one?
also notify the guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble now.
Indeed. Wit Drinker. What do we got? What is Wit Drinker?
Safe.
There's some kind of mod conflict or some kind of bug with one of the mods that I have running, this Thane status thing. Actually, it's not even there. Every once in a while, that Thane status, it said Thane status was added, and it adds like a generic like Iron Battle Axe or something. Anyway, Wit Drinker absorbs 25 points of magic, inflicting 15 points of damage in the process. Nice. Be good for like a spell sword. When in doubt, GTFO indeed. Okay, well, I'll try to figure that out off camera. You alright there, Eric? Kind of took a beating. And I don't see our Dremora friend anywhere. Next time we go to the college, that we'll try to do so without the magical demon from hell. All right. What's next? 3:22 p.m. Okay, so let's do a little bit of roleplay magic here. The only way to become Thane of Windhelm is to complete the Civil War quest, and then you can do, you know, your favorite quest for either Brunwolf or Ulfric, depending on who wins that war. But seeing as how we're already Thane of Solitude, I feel like so we have a couple different things pointing at Gavin joining the Imperials instead of the Stormcloaks here, right? We're already Thane of Solitude. We're in good with Jarl Elisif. We're in good with the Bard's College over here. And the people know and love us. We don't have the same rapport with the people of Windhelm. Elisif and the people of Solitude look for us for protection, inspiration, all that. That's why we were awarded the Thanedom to begin with. Elisif, I feel like, also has a direct line of communication with General Tullius. Highly recommending us to join the war effort. Now, Tullius has done some scouting on Gavin here and has found out that Gavin does not work cheaply, but he will have his price. You can pay Gavin to do things. Even morally questionable things at times, if the price is right. So Tullius knows that he can throw a ton of money at this guy and get him to join the ranks. So he has sent a courier, an invisible imaginary courier, to come get Gavin and request a meeting here. And this conversation is not going to go the way in our headcanon. The same way in our headcanon as it's going to go in game here. Let's actually take off this ridiculous crown. So Gavin, up to this point, has tried to stay neutral. He doesn't pick a side until it benefits him, or his standing with the province as a whole. But at this point, he feels like Imperials are more his style. The Solitude, he loves the city here. He loves the cosmopolitan vibe that he gets here. He would much rather see every city look like this than every city look like Windhelm. That's kind of more of a surface level, sort of shallow want for him, but you know, Gavin tends to be kind of a shallow guy from time to time. Doesn't make him a bad guy, just that he's more, you know, concerned with appearance than a lot of other heroic good guys might be. So he's probably more inclined to side with the Imperials anyway. So we're gonna see what kind of offer Tullius is gonna put on the plate here.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's
Is that
planning an
a
attack
blue
on
cape
Whiterun.
by an
He'd be
Imperial?
insane to try.
I don't know that I've seen that.
That's not what
All
my
right.
scouts report, sir.
Impressive.
Every day more join his cause.
Impressive, I guess.
Dawnstar and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause.
Ah, we need a banhammer. Indeed
Call
we
it
do.
whatever you like.
Hastur and Magus were both around earlier, but I haven't seen them in a while, so I'm going to see what I can do. Boom. There's one. There's two. There we go. Yeah, I didn't think so either, Gale. Hastur and Magus were here a little while ago. They probably have me on in the background as they're doing other things out and about, whatever. That's fine. Don't understand that bot. Strips without clothing. How does that work? When you tear off exactly. Oh man, they're at it again.
Pillage a city.
Some bitch pile of monkey nuts. I do like the squirty emoji and the kind of sexy thing there. There we go. I mean, it's not lacking for character, right?
You people and your
All right.
damn Jarls.
Sir, you can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop him. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes, but this time share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
Are my men now
All right, Tullius.
free rein to anyone who wanders into the castle?
No, you
Do
actually
have
sent
some
for me.
reason to be here, citizen?
You said you got a hell of an offer here, and I better see some zeros on that paycheck.
I suppose that's true. Fine. Why don't you have a chat with Legate Ricka?
Alrighty. So yeah, Gavin saw the offer letter, and there indeed were a lot of zeros, plus access to any loot and plunder that he comes across.
Sir.
Sounds good to Gavin.
Feeling about you,
Let's do this.
And I don't often get good feelings.
We'll clean this
about
place up a little bit.
A warrior knows to trust her gut. I'm not going to go through the normal process with
Few less beards in Skyrim, which
that,
you know,
we'll talk
pains
about you
my own heart to say, obviously. Oh wow, we have a bot message. Oh, we got a new banhammer in the chat here too. Yeah, trying to take care of him myself, but now that Strudel's here, I got the Enforcer. Welcome, Strudel. How are you? Hope you're having a good weekend. What kind of test are we talking
the
about?
kind that evaluates your usefulness during duress. I'm sending you to clear out Fort Haragstad. If you survive,
You mean my
you'll
good
pass.
name doesn't get me anywhere with you people?
If you die, then I'll have no further use for your corpse.
What is at Fort Haragstad?
The ancients built many of the fortresses that dot the landscape of Skyrim. Sadly, most have fallen into disrepair, and nearly all
I've been trying to survive against
bandits or
Dagoth.
other vagabonds. Fort Haragstad
Were
is one of the
Dagoths
few that
plural?
remains mostly intact. We're going to install
I've
a
never played that
garrison.
game, but I do
First,
know that
you're going to clean out
Dagothur
the
is kind of
bandits that
the
moved in.
kind of the big bad of that game. Yep, I'm gonna have my Dark Elf character side with the Empire too. She doesn't like them one bit, because obviously, but at least they're civilized and not prone to barbarism like the Stormcloaks. The Savior is here, Loki. Welcome, Loki. Nice to see you. All right, well, we'll get that fort for you.
That's what I want to hear. Now go make it happen, soldier.
Going to make it happen. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow morning. It's a little late here. Let's go ahead and go back to the inn. We'll get fed, we'll get hydrated, and then we'll head out in the morning to do the whole killing bandits thing. Strudel comes to save the day. I am going the wrong way.
The battlefield is full of distractions. Ignore them.
So is lag as well, apparently. Yes, it is. There has been some issues between my ISP and the YouTube streaming ingress server. So, yeah, I'm dropping some frames. It was fine for about the first hour or so, and then it started, you know, being an issue. We're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry about that. Pain in my ass and everyone else's.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever. Take a load off and enjoy the atmosphere.
Yeah, I stopped doing the whack-a-mole thing and just blocked the user. There might be another bot user that pops up, but you know, we'll deal with it. Corpulus.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
Hi there. I need a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Yes?
And I've stayed here before. I know where the room is. It's the one upstairs. Thanks.
I understand.
All right. Let's drink the night away. Wait till about 10 p.m. Then we'll get fed and hydrated. Then we'll go down for a little nap. Yeah, sorry about the lag, guys. The archives always end up fine. No problem with the archives whatsoever. For some reason, it's just the live streaming that it has an issue with. It's been like this for about 3 weeks now. It's a real pain in my butt. I've tried other ingest servers too, and they don't seem to help. But then when I go to upload like a video or whatever, 7 gigs worth, it has no problem whatsoever. The bit rate stays completely stable on regular uploads. So I don't know what to do about it. Eat that last home cooked meal, have some cheese, butter it up a little bit. That should take care of hydration as well. And get another 8 hours of sleep, and then we'll head out bright and early in the morning to take on Fort Kragstad. Hey, Wind's here. Hello, Wind. Yeah, it's the bit rate now is around 4,000 kilobits per second, and then it darts back up to like 8,000. I think I have it set to 7,000, which is you know, at the quality that I want to portray in my live streams. That's what I need. But yeah, it's dipping a little bit, and I don't think it's on my end.
I've got all sorts of errands to run.
Unless there's a lot of people on this cable internet node that are trying to upload things at the same time. Because upload bandwidth is separate from the download bandwidth, so there's not a lot of people who upload a whole lot in the area usually. Maybe I got another streamer in town that wants to stream in my time slot. I'm gonna have to find them, do the whole Highlander thing on them. There can be only one. Yeah, sorry guys. This sucks. This sucks a lot. Let's see. Where is our horse? Is he down? Is she down here in the stables? Miss Lux. Yeah, I see her. I see her down there. Oh, yikes. You guys are way behind if it took that long to upload me seeing Loki. The chat is real time. I'm seeing the chat real time and able to respond to it then. But if it took that long to actually push up, I might have to seriously consider a move to Twitch for the streaming. I try to keep all my content unified on one channel here, but YouTube streaming, at least for me, has been kind of terrible the last few weeks. And then it'll be fine for several months, and then it gets terrible again for a couple weeks. Yeah, that sucks. Kind of a buzzkill. What's my encumbrance? I'm doing fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to power through it at this point. There's only an hour left in the stream. Feel free to drop if this isn't acceptable to you. It probably wouldn't be acceptable to me, for what it's worth. The archives are usually in pretty good shape. I always go back and check them after things like this. But yeah, we've been around 4,000 kbps for quite some time here. Dropping a lot of frames. Okay, fellow Imperials there. Yeah, basically I'm recording for the archive now. It's fun to hang out with you guys, it really is, but this just puts a huge damper on things when you're having internet issues. Yeah, I might be forced to look into Twitch, I guess. I've been doing some coloring and painting. Got a really cool Viking themed one that has me in it. Oh, nice. I wish there was a mod that gave you a different room each time you run a room, so you never just run off to the room because you genuinely don't know which one you're getting. Yeah. I mean, that would certainly be immersive. I don't know how fun that would be for me. I don't think I'd be installing that mod. But for the immersion freaks out there, sounds like a good one. And I didn't actually hit.
Someone there.
Oh, here it comes. Oh, that one just died outright from the Discord blast. Oh, got him there. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
This is a surprise.
Can't wait to count on your coin. Tell you what, you start running.
Stabbing Gavin, doing his thing. Ooh, he came up behind. Wow. He's really doing the whole stabbing thing. Taking the whole stabbing Gavin thing to the next level. Who hit me? Archer from behind, huh? You got him, Eric? How did you flank me? How did he get through? He must have jumped down from one of the ramparts up there. Or one of the fortifications. Lots of backstabs. Nice work, Eric. Ooh, seared slaughterfish. These guys were eating good. Take that cloak too, that looks pretty valuable. Wait, Where's the entrance? Where did I come in at? Oh, there it is. Why not move to Twitch and then upload the VODs to your YouTube? It would stream quality and still have the VODs. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm planning on doing. For a long time now, YouTube was set to kind of explode on the streaming front, so I kind of wanted to be here for that. That hasn't really panned out, and obviously their infrastructure still leaves something to be desired compared to Twitch. But it has been something that I've been considering for a long time. It's going to take some test streams and things like that to get everything right and get the bots all set back up and everything. So it's going to be an incremental thing. But I'll get there eventually. Twitch has better integrations with like fun stuff like the bots and things. If you've ever watched a Win stream, there's a whole lot of cool stuff that she does with a bunch of different Twitch integrations that is a lot of fun. And really adds to the interactability of the whole experience too, which is cool. Oh, we got a Highlander fan in Loki here. Just a whole lot of lore and stuff that's fascinating about those movies. In terms of acting and production quality and stuff, it's not the best, but this is very imaginative. Some very cool lore. And who doesn't love a good sword fight? Okay. Looks like the looting is complete, I think. Now, hopefully, I don't get killed outright. Oh, I'm not wearing my ethereal crown either. Okay, he didn't see us until we actually were able to control ourselves anyway, so...
Quite a team, eh?
Time to end this.
Someone there. Okay. Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
Anyone else in here? Is there a big boss in here somewhere?
Is someone there?
Oh yeah, here he is.
This game. Yeah.
He's dead.
He's tough.
Still here.
Are you? You sure about that, Eric?
Let me know if you need anything.